Watcher to 6 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
How's it going, troops? Jordan here, back again with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare Loadout video. In today's loadout video, we're having a short break from the military loadouts and switching things up with this cool playstyle theme loadout that I have called Riot Control. This has been a class setup on my to-do list for a while now, and I think with all the corner campers and sweaty tryhards plaguing Modern Warfare multiplayer, it's time that we get our own back by using this fun Riot Shield loadout. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and without further ado, let's take a look at our mission briefing. This is going to be a fun Riot Shield class setup to troll your enemies with. We're going to use explosives to give newbie campers a well-deserved beatdown, and lastly we're going to annoy all the tryhards in this game with a shield and snake shot pistol combination. So as I've said, this Riot Shield loadout is all about poning those pesky corner campers who seem to actually have fun by sitting around and looking out of windows, probably to see if it's raining or not. Campers have been a problem in this game since the beta was first playable, and that's mainly down to the fact that Modern Warfare is a game developed for newbie campers. I was watching one of the old Modern Warfare interviews prior to the game's release, and even the lead multiplayer designer Joe Seacott admitted Modern Warfare was a game designed for the noob. But it's not just the newbie campers that piss me off, it's also the CDL tryhards that I seem to be paired up against in every single match. Nothing frustrates me more when recording gameplay for loadout videos and having to defy all odds against a bunch of Seattle Surge wannabes. I'm surprised I haven't got a G Fuel sponsorship with the amount of MP5 jump shotters I have to play against. Anyway, let's begin by taking a look at our primary weapon that we're going to be equipping. Since this loadout is called Riot Control, we're going to equip the Riot Shield as our primary weapon. This ballistic bulletproof shield is not only a good distraction to your opponents, but also gives us the upper hand on unsuspecting players who can't escape our shield's path. The Riot Shield in Modern Warfare is not as good as it once was back in Modern Warfare 2 and 3, with the time it takes to bash your enemy twice for the kill taking much longer than in previous games. I think the Riot Shield should have really been given weapon perks as attachments, like Modern Warfare 3's melee proficiency for a faster melee. It would have made the Riot Shield more usable, you know, instead of tryhards jumping around like Ninja Turtles on Adderall. Since we can't equip any attachments for the Riot Shield, we're going to move straight on to our secondary weapon for this loadout. One weapon I had in mind for this setup was the RPG-7, and while blowing up your enemies and ending their kill streaks is really funny, I've noticed the .357 with akimbo and snake shot shells seems to be the ultimate rage-inducing death for our foes. So to kill these campers and tryhards, we're going to equip the .357 as our secondary weapon and make use of all 5 attachment slots to pummel our enemies to the ground. For our first attachment, we're going to be choosing a barrel, and I've gone for the Silverfield Ordnance .357. The Silverfield barrel extends our damage range of the .357 at a slight cost of aim down sight speed, which isn't going to affect us at all since we're going to be firing from the hip, so the Silverfield Ordnance .357 will be our first attachment. For our second attachment, we'll be choosing a laser, and I've gone for the 5mm laser. This laser sight not only decreases our hip fire spread, but also increases our sprint to fire speed, so we can pop off our shots with better precision, and so that's why the 5mm laser will be our second attachment. For our third attachment, it's obvious that we're going to be going with a weapon perk, and you know what it is, it's akimbo. Equipping a .357 revolver in each hand means double the trouble for our enemies, and combining this weapon perk with the 5mm laser and our next attachment is going to help our mission goal of annoying all the tryhards in our lobbies. For our fourth attachment, we're going to be looking into the ammunition, and you know what it is, it's the snake shot. Snake shot rounds are shotgun shells made fit for the .357 revolver. The snake shot has been frowned upon by the COD community as being too cheap and easy to get kills with. It's had a nerf in the past, but these shotgun shells are still as powerful as ever. By using the snake shots, it means we don't need to waste our time aiming at our enemies and instead just fire from the hip for some quick easy kills. So that's why the snake shots are going to be our fourth attachment. And lastly, for our fifth and final attachment, we're going to be choosing a trigger action, and I've gone for the lightweight trigger. This trigger lets us fire the .357 at a slightly faster rate, so we can pop off our shots more quickly. and so the lightweight trigger will be our 5th and final attachment. So those are going to be our primary and secondary weapons for this class setup. Now let's take a look at our perks and equipment that we're going to be selecting. For our first tier perk, we're going to be going with EOD. Once the match has started, our enemies are going to almost immediately notice that we are using our riot shield and try everything and anything to take us down, from using C4, rocket launchers, thermites and molotovs. EOD grants us extra protection against enemy explosives and also makes us more fire resistant, so we'll choose EOD as our tier 1 perk. For our second tier perk, we're going to be choosing Ghost. Personal radars and UAVs are usually among the most popular kill streaks that other players like to run with, and since we want to sneak up on the bad guys and give them a surprise bashing, we'll equip the Ghost perk as our tier 2 perk to keep ourselves hidden off the enemy's minimap. And lastly, for our third tier perk, we could be choosing Amped. Originally I was going to go with Battle Hardened, so enemy players don't flash or stun us so badly, but I eventually decided to switch to Amped. If you read the perk description for Amped, it says the faster weapon swap doesn't apply to pistols. However, despite what that says, I noticed I could swap to my Akimbo .357 slightly faster with Amped than I could without it equipped. I don't know if this is just a bug with the perk, or if it's meant to swap faster because of the Akimbo attachment, but I'm going to take advantage of it regardless. There's nothing more satisfying than luring a tryhard or camper towards you, and then giving them a nasty surprise when we switch to our snake shot pistols, so that's why Amped will be our tier 3 and final perk. Moving on now to our equipment. For our lethal equipment, I have chosen C4. C4, along with the Amped perk, is a fun combination to blow up your enemies with, and make them frustrated to the point of rage quitting. One effective way of clearing away those annoying campers out of windows and buildings is by chucking one of these C4 explosive packs into a room and blowing up your enemy. And even if the other players in the lobby are running EOD, the C4 will still injure them badly and indicate to us to move into the room with the riot shield out for protection. So that's why C4 will be our lethal equipment. And for our tactical equipment, we're going to go with the stun grenade. Again, I was debating on using either the gas grenade or the stun, but I found the gas was more annoying since I kept getting caught up in it more times so than the enemy did. So for our tactical choice, I've gone for the stun grenade, which makes it easier for us to bash enemies since it slows down their movement and disorientates their screen. So now that we've talked about our perks and equipment, it's time to finish off this loadout by taking a look at our field upgrade of choice, and of course our selection of 3 kill streaks. For our field upgrade, we're going to go with Dead Silence. Originally I was going to equip the deployable cover for this loadout, since it's basically a static ballistic shield, but as we're on the offense most of the time, having that deployable shield just isn't that useful to us. Dead Silence on the other hand helps to make our footsteps much more quieter, which gives us room to maneuver around the map and chase down the bad guys, so we'll choose Dead Silence as our field upgrade. Moving on now to our 3 selected kill streaks. Because we're running around with only a riot shield and akimbo pistols, the chances of us scoring high kill streaks are second to none, so we'll go with 3 low kill streaks just to help us out. And to start off, our first kill streak is going to be the personal radar. The personal radar is earned after 3 kills, in which a small helicopter follows you around the map and pings to you any nearby hostiles in your vicinity. For those players who don't run Ghost, this kill streak is like your best friend, as it helps to detect any annoying corner campers for us to beat to death with our shield, so the personal radar will be our first kill streak. For our second kill streak, we will be choosing the UAV. The UAV is attained after 4 kills and acts similarly to the personal radar, but instead of a helicopter following you around the map and exposing your position, this UAV drone flies high up around the map and scans the terrain for any scuff jumping tryhards running around with their MP5s, so we'll choose the UAV as our second kill streak. And finally, for our third kill streak, we're going to be going with the cruise missile. In moments when the campers think they have the upper hand, a cruise missile pops out of the sky and comes trailing down on top of them. The cruise missile is no predator missile, but it's definitely one of the more fun kill streaks in Modern Warfare, and it's certainly one of the best when it comes to killing campers in their little hidey hole. So to finish off this loadout, we'll select the cruise missile as our third and final kill streak reward. Combining our weaponry, perks, equipment, field upgrade and kill streaks, campers will have no escape and tryhards will be on the chase when our shields are up and in your face. So troops, that wraps up my Riot Control loadout video for Modern Warfare. Next time you boot up Modern Warfare multiplayer, definitely give this class setup a try in game, and as 3 Days Grace once said, let's start a riot. If you did enjoy this loadout video, then give the video a thumbs up, I would appreciate it a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then why haven't you? Hit subscribe right now, and while you're at it, make sure you click on the bell notification icon next to it, so that way you're always notified as to when I make an upload. If you have any friends who might be interested in this sort of content, then share the video around with them to help give my videos and my channel more widespread exposure. And if you want to see behind the scenes previews of my loadout videos, you can follow me on Twitter at jordanxbrookes for all the latest on there. So until the next video, I thank you all for watching, stay true to me troops, and I'll see you in game.
Copy.
Oh
UAV
shit,
beginning flyover.
here we go again.